Hi everybody. We're going to be today learning how to make a moon finder for our study of the moon, and this is what your completed moon finder will look like. And what it'll do when we're done is it will help us tell where we'll find various moons during different times of the day in terms of where they'll be at on the ecliptic in the sky. This is a tool that you will be allowed to use on your test, and we're going to build it and then we're going to learn how to use it, and they're both equally easy. So what we're going to start with is we're going to need to start with just a blank piece of paper like that. We're going to need some scissors, and you're also going to get this. And the very first thing you need to do is take your scissors and cut this out so that you have this cut out right here. Now, once we've got this cut out, and it's super important to use pencil, because if you use pen, we're not going to let you start over again. It takes time to cut it out and like. That way, if you make a mistake, you can fix it. But what we need to do is we need to put our moons on here, and we need to be very careful about how we're thinking of this. In this model, obviously this is our sun. The very center of it is the Earth right here, and out on the edges is where we're going to put the moons. Now, obviously, when the moon is right between the sun and the Earth, we don't see it, and that is our new moon. And we'll just write that right on there just like that, and we're not going to draw anything. However, when we get this 45-degree angle off to the left, we move our, just like we did in golf balls and moon phases, when we move to this position, we now have a waxing crescent moon. So what we want to do, and this is important on how to draw this, we want to move this like this, so this is kind of going straight up. We want to draw our moon like this, and then we want to put in our waxing crescent, and of course shade the part of the moon that we don't see. And just to help you on your test, on this line, write waxing crescent. And then you've got the look of the moon and the name of the moon right in front of you. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to go all the way around these and put in the moons that you saw when you did golf balls and moon phases as you moved the golf ball around your head. Now notice, when I did this, I put this right at the top like that. I'm going to do that again, and I'm again going to do another blank moon. I'm going to go ahead and put in the moon that we would see in that position, and I'm going to go ahead and write first quarter moon. Whenever I draw a moon, I want to do this so that I can go ahead up here, and I want to be able to draw the moon like I would see it up in the sky. And when that's all done, you're going to have something that looks just like this. And it'll have all of our moons, including new moons, as it goes throughout the moon's orbit of the Earth. Our next step, once we've got this done, involves this second piece of paper. And what we want to do, and we want to try not to crease it, because that makes it a little bit harder to use, but it doesn't make it impossible. We're going to fold this hamburger way and basically take our scissors and go right into the very bottom of the scissors and cut right up through the middle of it. So I end up with a paper with a slit in it like that. And the important part of the slit is it's big enough to slide this whole moon finder through. And you can see mine's hanging up a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and just now that I've got that cut, I can just nip it just that little bit further, and that way my moon rose will fit inside there, and I can move that very, very easily. Now, with the moon finder in here, we're kind of changing our view, because this line that we just cut through right here is really now the horizon line, and this is the ecliptic. We know that the moon follows generally the sun's ecliptic, so we're going to go ahead and put the ecliptic directions on, and of course this will be south, and we will have east and west, which of course will make this south east and this south west. Now, the other thing we're going to do on this, and this is just for the purpose of answering questions on the test and the like, and that is we're always going to assume that it is the equinox, where we have 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of darkness, and we're going to assume that sunrise here in the east is at exactly 6 a.m. and sunset in the west is exactly 6 p.m. And then we want to put the other time. So if sunrise is at 6 a.m. and sunset is at 6 p.m., well then local noon, as we know that it rarely is, will be at 12 p.m. And then we just got to go halfway between 6 a.m. and 12 p.m. would be 9 a.m. and halfway between 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. would be 3 p.m. Once you've got that, your moon finder is all built and we're ready to go start using it to find different moons during different times of the day and where in the sky they will be. So this is your moon rose. Happy moon rose making.